Hey, third graders. All right, today's read aloud is a book called Maya Lin. And Maya Lin is the person who designed the Vietnam War Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. Okay. So this is going to be a little story about her and what her life was like and how she designed it. And we're going to learn a little bit about her today. So Maya Lin, artist, architect of light and lines, designer of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. And the book is written by Jean Walker Harvey and illustrated by Dow Pumrick. In the woods by her childhood home, Maya Lin played with her brother and explored and climbed the many rolling hills. One she named the Lizard's Back. So why do you think she named one of the hills the Lizard's Back? On long walks alone, she searched for birds in the forest. Maya sat still as a statue, hoping to tame rabbits, raccoons, chipmunks, and squirrels. So what does it mean if she wants to tame them? She sits in the forest watching these animals and she wants to tame them. In her house, full of light and open spaces, Maya read books and played chess with her brother. And with paper and scraps, she built tiny towns. Her parents had fled China at a time when people were told what to be and how to think. Her parents never told Maya what to be or how to think. All right, so based on this page here where it says that she read books, played chess, with paper and scraps, she built tiny towns. And if we look around the edge of this whole picture here, she's got little houses and things made out of cardboard and paper, and she's got books stacked up. What do you think she was interested in doing even from a young age? And obviously her parents let her, right? They let her be what she wanted to be. Maya grew up with art. Her father was an artist who made art with clay. Her mother was a poet who made art with words. She watched her father form a pot from a mound of clay without plans or drawings. Maya too thought with her hands as well as her mind. So I'm noticing that as a child, Maya was very motivated by the creative side of things. And she liked to learn by building and molding and maybe even writing. Okay, and we have here clay, ceramics, silversmithing, macrame. Maya graduated co-valedictorian of her high school class. So graduating co-valedictorian, that means that the valedictorian is the top child in the top student in the grade. They have the highest grades throughout their course of high school. And so that's a very big honor. And I'm thinking that she had to work really hard to accomplish that. One day, when Maya looked at the patterns of light and lines on the ceiling of her college library, she imagined she would become an architect who created buildings with art, science, and math. While studying overseas, Maya wandered through countries and cities, gazing at buildings of all types, new and old, learning all she could. So isn't that really cool that as a student, she can combine art, science, and math into one job that now she can explore all these buildings and learn so many things from? In her last year of college, Maya entered a contest to design a memorial to honor soldiers who died during the Vietnam War. The contest rules said the memorial must blend with a park setting and include the name of every soldier who died fighting or was missing. Almost 58,000 names. These rules rang true to Maya. She knew the power of names. Maya believed that a name brings back all the memories of a person, more than a photo of a moment in time. So does this contest seem like something that would be easy to accomplish or something that she'd have to put a lot of work into? Okay, so this is a big city, but they want it to blend in with a park. They've got very specific details they want included. So do you think it's going to take a lot of creativity and thought, or she'll just be able to whip it together? In the glow of the autumn sun, Maya walked across a field dotted with trees, the site of the future memorial. Through her camera's eyes, she imagined a knife slicing open the earth. In her mind, she saw the cut in the earth healing over time to a polished edge, covered from top to bottom with names. An edge that reflected the sky and grass and the people who visited the memorial. Okay, so she's over here taking pictures to get a sense of what the area looks like and the space that the memorial would be going into. And then over here we have what she's imagining in her mind of doing with the memorial to make it come to life. Back at school, Maya sculpted a model with mashed potatoes and then with clay. Would you ever think to sculpt a model of something out of mashed potatoes? She sketched a soft space of greens and blues, and before mailing her entry, she put her thoughts into an essay. She wrote that her long, polished wall would be a quiet place to remember all those who died during the war. A place to be experienced by walking down, then up, past names that seem to go on forever. The contest received so many entries, enough to fill an airplane hangar. Lots of famous architects and artists entered. The names of the contestants were hidden from view. So kind of just like our science fair or STEM fair or, displaying projects about, they hung up all the ideas around and let people come and discuss which one they thought would be best. Out of 1,421 entries, Maya's design was chosen. Simple yet strong, creative and new. But when they found out Maya was the winner, the judges were shocked. She wasn't famous. She was a young woman still in school. Maya was as surprised as the judges. All was excitement at first, but then people objected. Some said her design looked like a bat, a boomerang, a black gash of shame. Their angry words stung Maya. For months, public hearings were held. Some people wanted to change the design. Maya was young, but she was brave, and she didn't back down. So here we have this young girl, right, who put all this work into this creative idea, and she won. So how do you think she was feeling when she heard that she won the contest? And then what do you think about what happened after she won, when people started saying that, no, that's not okay, she shouldn't win, her design isn't that great, and they started fighting it? She must have had this whole mix of emotions, right? Finally, her design was approved. Maya worked with a team of architects and engineers who devised the plans to excavate the land and build the wall. The granite was cut, polished, and engraved with the soldiers' names. The earth was dug up. Maya watched the panels suspended in space and then set into place. The first time Maya visited the finished wall, she searched for the name of the father of a friend. When she touched the name, she cried, just as she knew others would. So why do you think she's crying when she touches the name of the father of a friend? Why is she so emotional? Thousands came that Veterans Day to see and touch and remember. Salutes, hands on hearts, honoring. And every day since then, visitors have done the same. The Vietnam Veterans Memorial was the first of Maya's many works of art and architecture, memorials, sculptures, structures, and spaces inside and out. Each piece is different, but all share Maya's vision. She wants people to be a part of her art. Look, touch, read, walk around, sit by, think about. And just like when she was a child who named a hill the lizard's back, Maya names her projects often words from nature. Such names such as Sounding Stones, Topo, the Wave Field, 10 Degrees North, Reading a Garden. And if we look around the page, these are all her designs. So Sounding Stones, Topo, the Wave Field, 10 Degrees North, Reading a Garden. After naming a piece, the final step is shaping her artwork. Maya Lin, the artist-architect, is ready to dream, think again, and create something new. All right, so we have a little author's note here. And it says, when I was a senior in college in 1981, I was thrilled to learn that another senior in college, the 21-year-old Maya Lin at Yale University, had won the national contest with her stunning design for the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. I closely followed the news of the government hearings and challenges to her simple yet powerful designs. Maya explained that the monument should not be about what people thought of the Vietnam War, a controversial conflict in which the United States backed South Vietnam against communist North Vietnam. Instead, she wanted the piece to be honest about the loss of lives in a war and to honor the sacrifices of all who served. The concept of time reflected by the physical placement of the names on the wall and of the wall itself in Constitution Gardens on the National Mall was an important aspect of Maya's design. She insisted that the names be listed not alphabetically, but chronologically, by casualty date or date deemed missing during the Vietnam War, from 1959 to 1975. So that means that the names are written in time order instead of alphabetical order. The names begin in the middle of the memorial and loop back, creating a circle of time or a sense of closure. And the tips of the wall point to the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument to connect the Vietnam Veterans Memorial with the nation's past. Famous throughout the world, Maya has authored books about her work and received many awards. In 2005, she was inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame. In 2009, Maya was awarded the National Medal of Arts. She views herself as an artist, architect, and has designed numerous site-specific installations, buildings, memorials, and sculptures. As with the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, her Civil Rights Memorial, and the Women's Table reference strong historical and cultural issues. As a committed environmentalist, Maya focuses on projects that bring awareness to biodiversity and habitat loss. Born on October 5th, 1959 in Athens, Ohio, Maya grew up in that college town where her parents were professors. Her older brother is a poet and a professor, and she currently lives in New York City with her husband, and they have 2 daughters. To learn more about Maya Lin and the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, visit Maya's studio website, mayalin.com. And this picture here is a picture of Maya Lin holding a scale model of her design in 1981. So this is the actual physical model she made of what the Vietnam Memorial would look like. Okay, so if you are ever in Washington, D.C. visiting, go visit the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. It is very beautiful. And also remember that you might like many different things growing up. Maya loved art and building and reading, and she took those things that she loved and she found a job that fit it. So she took her art and her love of building and became an artist architect. Okay? So just keep in mind that whatever you're interested in can always drive what you do throughout your life. Have a great day.